history was made the other day. Like, you can't overstate this. The previous all-time first 24-hour views record of a movie was Deadpool and Wolverine at 300 and something million views in the first 24 hours.
For the trailer.
All-time record for the first 24 hours of a trailer. The Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer came out, nearly doubled it. 712, 715, 700 and something.
Like 18 or something like
718, like that, million, nearly doubling the previous record.
Yeah.
Now, I said on the show at the time when that happened, and I stand by this, that will never happen again. Like, we will see another trailer, maybe Endgame or Doomsday, come along and beat Spider-Man's new record eventually. But we will never again see a day where the first 24 hours views record of a trailer will be nearly doubled. It, like, that was history that we just saw. It's never going to happen again. Crazy. Well, it set a new landmark, as according to this story in Variety, Spider-Man Brand New Day makes history as the first trailer now to cross 1 billion views. By the way, I can't help but chuckle when it says exclusive, like they're the only ones who can read numbers. But anyway, I love Variety, but and it's now 1.1 billion views. Now again, this just kind of reiterates the insane amount of attention and interest that this movie has. Now again, there's not a direct correlation between number of views of your trailer to box office dollars. But as we talked about on a previous show, the previous top 10 list of the most viewed trailers, all but one of them are in the $1 billion club. I think the only one that wasn't in the $1 billion club was It. The trailer
And it was
for
close.
And that was rated R.
And that was rated R, and it was close, and all that kind of stuff. But, so I'm not saying it's a direct correlation, but it does tell us there is an insane amount of interest in this. Now, I have speculated, and I believe that part of the reason, certainly not entirely, but part of the reason for these numbers is because Marvel's been on a bit of a roll. Something they have not been on since 2019. We have not been able to say the words Marvel's on a roll in almost 7 years. But recently they had Thunderbolts, which is great, Fantastic Four, which is really good. We had Wonder Man, which was fantastic. We'll talk more about Wonder Man a little bit later. And I think that has added to the enthusiasm here. And again, Rob, it makes me wonder, how big will this movie be? We're now seeing it over the 1 billion views mark, something that other Avengers movies haven't been able to do. Certainly not had nearly the first 24-hour views here. And we go back to that discussion we had, Rob, where I said, Spider-Man Brand New Day is going to be massive. It's going to be huge. I can easily seeing it join the $1 billion club, but not the $2 billion club. I am no longer so sure of that. I'm not saying it's a lock guarantee that it makes $2 billion. There are still some things working against it, right? Not as many people going to the movies today as there were back in 2019. Marvel's rep is improving right now, but it's probably lower than it was back in 2019. But even I, Rob, with numbers like this, are starting to think 2 billion may be on the map. And this is just staggering numbers to see. Anyway, Rob, you had a chance to see these numbers. By the way, if everybody who watched the trailer went to go see the movie at an average ticket price in America of $12, you're talking about $12 billion. That's it. Spider-Man is going to be the first member of the $12 billion
That's
club.
more people that live on this planet.
I mean, so anyway, Rob, you had a chance to see this. What do you think?
Well, I mean, Spider-Man, of all the superheroes, I think Spider-Man is the one, even more so than Batman, because Spider-Man is more kid-friendly than Batman
True.
is.
Yes.
And I think, look, I remember watching The Electric Company when I was a kid. Today's episode is brought to you, by the letter or Spider-Man or whatever, the letter A or whatever. And Spider-Man was on The Electric Company, and there was Spider-Man, Firestar. By the way, maybe Sadie Sink is playing Firestar. I think that Spider-Man is ingrained in all of us, all of our cultures, all around the world. He's probably the most, other than Superman, the most recognizable superhero. But even Superman, Spider-Man is a kid. Peter Parker was in high school. He's probably the most relatable superhero to everyone. And it wouldn't surprise me to see this movie make that much money, because everybody loves Spider-Man. Everybody. I've never met a person in my life. I've met people that didn't like Batman. I've met people that think Superman's a big Boy Scout. I don't think I've ever heard someone say they didn't like Spider-Man.
Now, I've seen people say they don't like certain Spider-Man projects.
Well,
but
sure.
never somebody in general just say, I just don't like Spider-Man.
Yeah. I mean, hell, there's even Japanese Spider-Man.
That's
fights
hilarious.
monsters.
Have you ever seen the Japanese?
Yeah, I love it.
Do you ever see?
Love it.
Do you ever see giant Spider-Man team up with Godzilla?
Dude, come on.
To fight other giant monsters?
Giant Spider-Man is ubiquitous. I'm sure there's Turkish Spider-Man. There must be a Turkish Spider-Man movie. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. And if this movie's good, I mean, it looks like if they do the Man-Spider storyline, I mean, it's touching on comics, it's touching on animated shows, it's touching on a lot of, it's got ninjas, it's touching on a lot of, what doesn't this movie have in it?
Dinosaurs.
And we know of
Devil Dinosaur. Devil Dinosaur. You never know. You never know. And maybe there's a scene of a dinosaur in the Natural History Museum or some shit like that. I don't know, dude. But it would not surprise me that this movie's going to make $2 billion if it's good.
Yeah, again, once it all comes down to that, right? It all comes down
I mean, look, I didn't love Deadpool and Wolverine, but it didn't surprise me that it made $1.5 billion. Or whatever.
I did love Deadpool.
Yeah,
Wolverine.
no, I know.
I'm partly responsible for that $1.3 billion that movie made. This episode is brought to you by Pocket Hose, the world's #1 expandable hose. Guys, I got to tell you, the brand new Pocket Hose Copperhead with Pocket Pivot is absolutely fantastic. First of all, if you've ever dealt with one of those old school hoses, you know exactly how annoying they are. They kink, they crease up at the spigot, and half the times it feels like you're fighting the hose more than actually watering anything. But the Pocket Hose Copperhead has this pocket pivot that swivels 360 degrees so you get full water flow and way more freedom to move around your home and yard with ease. And here's the part I really love. When you're done, it shrinks right back down to pocket size, which makes it ridiculously easy to carry, handle, and store. And after trying the Pocket Hose, I am never going back. I even now pack it with me and bring it in my camper van. It's that versatile and that good. Plus, it's backed with a 10-year warranty, which is awesome. So for a limited time, my listeners and viewers get a free pocket pivot and their 10-pattern sprayer with the purchase of any size of Copperhead hose. Just text Campea to 64,000. That's Campea to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. Campea to 64,000. Message and data rates may apply. See terms for details. But anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? This Spider-Man trailer just continues to shatter records. Exactly how big will this movie be? And as a side question, how big do you think the Avengers Doomsday trailer is going to be? Can it beat it? Can it not? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show Podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.